Greetings and salutations, friends. Fear not, for the invisible man shall appear momentarily. Yes! There it is. I knew I forgot to do something. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another glorious day here at the Tango Hotel. Joker, Wolf, my dudes. Excellent to see you this day. Yes, indeed. Hope you guys are doing well. I am doing fantastic. Unfortunately, we were having some technical issues, and I had to do a little bit of something. It's one of those days where I am actually gonna do internet bullshit like first thing this morning. That's right. So let me just cue it up. Okay, we got it. All right, so my dudes, my bros, my homies, if you would please join me now for the most amazing, stupendous, and awesome thing in the entire universe. Is called the simultaneous sip. And all you gotta do, my dudes, is grab that cup of mug or glass, grab you a tankard, chalice, or a stein, maybe a canteen, jug, a flask, a vessel of any kind. You fill it with your favorite fluid. That's right, I like the morning coffee. It's deliciously, magnificently Tango made. And join me now, friends, for the gloriousness, the stupendosity, the absolute awesome sauceness that is the simultaneous sip. Brothers of the waffle, and citizens of the Tango Hotel, it is time to give your lives
for the Imperium.
And it's happening right freaking now. Go! You're damn right it's a pro streamer right here. Good morning, Mrs. Tango. How are you, darling? How are ya? Okay, so let's go ahead and pop that off. No need to hear any of that nonsense. Actually, no, I can't do that. So, you know what I'm going to do instead? I think I'm just going to exit out of this. I saw this a little bit before I started my stream. And I just want to talk about this just for a second. Because it absolutely, bothers the shit out of me. Because of basically the abject stupidity of what I'm about to show you. Okay, so you ready for this shit? You ready for this shit? All right, listen to this. Okay. All right. No need to pay attention to any of this other bullshit.
Elon Musk realistically send humans to Mars? Another good question.
I have strong views on that. My read of the...
Okay, so to give you a little history lesson on Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, this is a man who has spoken at length as to why it was so amazing that the United States of America went to the moon. Because not only did it do things that we couldn't do before, but it opened up fields of technology that we are still benefiting from today. I.e. cell phones and all kinds of electronic devices that were not devised, but are that are progenerated by the fact that we went to the moon. These technologies were developed so that we could get into space and go to the moon. And this is a man who has stood before Congress and said this. He fucking said this. And this is why I'm playing this right now.
The history of space exploration is such that we do big, expensive things only when it's geopolitically expedient, such as we feel threatened by an enemy. And so for him to just say, let's go to Mars because it's the next thing to do, what does that venture capitalist meeting look like? So, Elon, what do you want to do? I want to go to Mars. How much will it cost? $1 trillion. Is it safe? No, people will probably die. What's the return on the investment? Nothing. That's a 5-minute meeting, and it doesn't happen. So
it's a 5-minute meeting and it doesn't happen. So one could be generous to Neil deGrasse Tyson if we didn't realize that he was a plagiarist and a liar, but I do digress. In the fact that a venture capitalist wouldn't see a return on investment immediately. However, the fact that a man who knows probably nothing about venture capitalism or how businesses work outside of things he's read, being a physicist his entire life and a manager of a planetarium, Posters for kids, man, I know, right? The reason this gets me is because I mean, he's not wrong about the geopolitical part. What he's wrong about is the venture capitalist part. Because he's talking about a man who bought fucking Twitter, who put himself in debt to buy Twitter because he believed in free speech. If you don't think that same man would spend god-awful amounts of money to put people on Mars when he has stated that his goal is to spread humanity to the stars, there are only really two options you really have. Either you're really fucking stupid or you're really fucking corrupt. And you're saying it because people have told you to say it. Not what to say, but to push against it.
So we agree. I'm not going to go to Mars. Okay, but against Mars. What I'm saying
Here's the next dumbass thing they say.
China leaks a memo. It doesn't even have to be true. They leak a memo that they want to put military bases on Mars.
Right.
Dan, we're on Mars in 10 months, but NASA doesn't have a spacecraft, but Elon does. Here's my spacecraft to Mars, and we're going to pay him.
Now that is true.
To get to Mars. And
I'll give him that.
Easy for China because Mars is already red, right? So that'd be easy sell.
That was a pretty good joke too. I'll give him. Give him the Gibbs.
Okay? That's how. So I don't see it happening until governments judge that it's geopolitically in our interest. Otherwise, I don't see it as just an exploration.
But I believe President-elect Trump has some interest in Mars, so you might have another conversation in a couple of
At
months.
some point, somebody has to pay for it, and just being interested in something is not the same thing as paying for it.
He believes there are people there. I mean, I listened to that podcast with Joe Rogan. Took 4 hours, two bottles of wine, but I listened to it.
Why do his comments, what do you think is alive on Mars, matter to you at all?
Because I was wondering. I thought maybe that he might escape there for the holidays. You know you got me stuck on the damn holidays now.
The point is, you can't live on Mars. I've said this so many times. How badly would we have to rat fuck Earth before it was worse than a place that's 200 below zero, with no air, with no water, with 6 months.
Preach it.
So the point of going to Mars is not to replace Earth. That's the stupid thing to do and the stupid thing to say. But we'll continue.
In addition, Elon wants to terraform Mars, and if you do that, you could then just walk off a spaceship and breathe the air. But if that's Earth Plan B, what did you do to Earth?
Earth Plan B.
Then now you got to go to Mars. If you messed up Earth, but you're good enough to turn Mars into Earth, then you can turn Earth back into Earth, and then have to go in.
Like the level of hyperbolic stupidity that these intelligent individuals work themselves into because they must be against someone is just astonishingly fucking retarded. So, let's go back.
Fuck Earth.
How bad do you have to rat fuck
It
Earth?
was worse than a place that's 200 below zero.
That's 200 below zero.
No air.
That's not the average temperature. The average temperature is negative 50.
With no
It doesn't have air. It has carbon dioxide. And it does have water on the ice caps. And so, again, the point is not to make a new Earth. You terraform it over centuries to make it habitable so we have another planet to add to. But the thing about it is that something that neither one of them is talking about is the fact that humanity will not live on planets for the vast majority of our extended existence into the future. I am pretty sure that the vast majority of the human population will live on space stations and habitats because it's more efficient to do that. It's more efficient to travel in space if you don't exist at the bottom of a gravity well, which you would if you're on a planet or a moon or some such. Not only that, it's much easier to build in space when you're already in space. But the reason we go to Mars is because it is the next thing to do. Because getting there, just getting there, will make us develop technologies that will accelerate us into the future. Just like going to the moon did. Just like the thing that Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about. And the fact that they're coming up with some of the stupidest fucking bullshit to discredit this idea goes to show either they actually are stupid, like I said, or they're being disingenuous and are corrupt because of it. Now, I don't think necessarily Bill Maher is. I just think it's not inside his realm, so he's just kind of running with what he thinks is logical. And I'm sure that if it was explained to him that he's being fucking retarded, that he might switch gears on this a little bit, because again, the point is not to replace Earth. The point is to extend life into the stars. And one of the best ways to do that is not to go, oh, I want to build space habitats, because that's fucking boring, right? That's boring nerd shit that nobody really wants to talk about. What people want to talk about is setting foot on the red planet. They want to talk about colonizing the Jovian moons. That's fucking sexy compared to building gigantic tubes in space that rotate. Let's just be real. It is. Or talking about gravity or Lagrange points or any of the other nonsensical things that nobody gives a fuck about when it comes to the logistics of actually living and working and building infrastructure in space. Like, this kills me with Neil deGrasse Tyson, because this is a guy who was on, what was it, The Daily Show, maybe 6-7 years ago, and there were two essentially, I can't remember, I think they were musicians or something like that, and they were basically saying, why do we need to go to Mars? Why do we need all this science shit? It's all stupid. We don't need it anyway. And he was just flabbergasted, as I am today, that they are saying these things. And what did he use as evidence? What did he say? Oh, the Moon Project. You know, the one that I've been talking about this entire time, that accelerated our science, you know, decades ahead of where it could have been had we not done this thing. And to assume that we only need geopolitical things when you do have the richest man in the world saying, I am going to put all of my resources into this, and I'm going to do it, period. It makes me wonder, is he just sniffing his own farts? Is that what all of this is? Because he's not stupid. Let's be real. He's not stupid. And it's hard for me to believe that he is so corrupt that he would go against every fiber of any scientist being to want to extend human life into the cosmos, to say stuff like this. Because only someone who doesn't know anything about this would believe any of this shit that they're talking about. You don't need Mars to be Earth 2.0. It will never be Earth 2.0 unless we put a black hole in the center of it. That's the only way that's going to happen. In fact, it's more likely that we're going to dismantle the planet rather than terraform it. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, my dudes, my bros, my homies, I think it is time that we stop listening to fucking retards on the internet and we start playing some video games. So on that note, let's start up some Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Excuse me, Rogue Trader. Sorry. Okay. Let me do. Why is this not working? What is wrong with you? Is this the one? It is. It is. Does it have to be scene by scene? Interesting. Okay, let's go. Bam. So we had just contacted and finished our conversation with the governor of Riker Minoris. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Yes, let's stop listening to idiots on the internet and just become one. My man. Laying them truth bombs. I mean, it bothers me because I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I've always liked him. But some of the things that he's done and said in the past have really bothered me. Like the whole Venus being caused by a runaway greenhouse effect is possibly the stupidest thing I've ever heard him say. The fact that he was caught plagiarizing in one of his speeches, the fact that he was caught literally lying about Islam in one of his presentations in I think it was 2011 or something like that. So, in the fact that he was only an actual true physicist for a handful of years before he was made the director of the planetarium at in New York at the planetarium they have there, means that he hasn't really done any hard science in a long time. Now, that's not to discredit him in any way necessarily, but it is to give you a little bit of notice about the things that he's done. And I mean, I don't even have a fucking science degree, so, take that as you may. But it is one of those things where the reason it bothers me is because it does feel like a lot of scientists put way too much stock in consensus science rather than actual science, because there should be room for both, obviously. Consensus science is there so that we have an idea of what could possibly be correct, and that we've got a basis for reality to work from that we can all like communicate on and be like, okay, this is what we think is going on. Like the Big Bang hypothesis, the Big Bang theory as it is now known, is one of those things. And it's a great place where we're at. However, there are many people who, say that the Big Bang hypothesis is incorrect, and they have their own evidence to show that it is. However, there's a lot of evidence that says it probably is correct. And the problem I have with consensus science today is not that it's a consensus. It's that it literally structurally pushes everybody else who doesn't agree with the consensus out, and it does not allow them the space that they should have to experiment and mess with these ideas in ways that are heterodox to the orthodox, essentially. And it bothers me, especially when you hear about scientists, essentially canceling people like Halton Arp because he doesn't believe that he believes that redshift is intrinsic to things and not something that is just a product of distance and speed, and challenges this with actual evidence that he has of physically looking at the sky. And so instead of being like, okay, let's analyze this and see what we got going on, what do they do instead? They ban him from using telescopes.
The divine watches over
that's pretty much where it comes down to, and it's basically made me completely, for a while, it completely radicalized me against consensus science. I've come back to the thing where you got to give the devil its due, but it definitely made me not very respectful for a very long time about it. So yeah, that's just me. But as always, you got to come back to the center at some point, right? If you're not a complete fucking moron, anyway. What is that? That? Aha! There it is. Okay. There shall be no black spots. How dare you? It's a shadow. How dare you? Okay, there we go. All right. So, what do we got here? You are getting common talents. So, do I have any starred? I do not. Instead, use intelligent bonuses if it was higher. I don't think she has anything that uses that. 10% to double the damage. Nice. Non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ability to reroll any failed attack. %20 chance of success for one round. Interesting. Oh, Voidborn characters more than 50. All chances of all creatures, including enemies, of all creatures. So that includes her. So that includes enemies. Wow. Okay, we're not doing that one. Just a flesh wound, dance of blood, allies deal. Stand on blood-covered cells. Ooh, now that could be good. Dance of Thorns. Now, we could give her swift movement as well. Nimble is dodge bonus. Will not die. Wounds? Okay, let's do that one. And I think we'll go... what are these? 13? Okay. So she doesn't really need any of this stuff other than maybe athletics, right? Corrals, demolition... Medicae? Medicae would be good. I think it will not die will be good. Increases wounds by half of the character's level. Let's do that one. And then we're going to grab... She need demo, awareness, carouse. Let's do carouse. Bam. Operative. Okay. So this is common talent, fresh target. 13% more damage. Exposed weakness. I think we're going to go with that one. Covert protocol. No. We're going to do hat. Yeah. Okay. So instant exposure. Yeah, we're going to go covert protocol to increase cover efficiency in half cover by 15%. This bonus is doubled if they have not moved. That's so good. And then we will raise intelligence because, of course, we will. Of course we will. His intelligence is now 55. 55. All right. And now we have the Navigator. The Blood of Martyrs. Does she have... Origins, Archetype, Universal... Oh, look at that. Let me go ahead and... Whenever heroic act is used in combat by any character, the officer's next attack will cost 0 AP. Ooh. Heir of Authority immediately grants momentum to the target equal to the target's resolve. Okay. So, Heir of Authority. Can we not get that one? That must be a specific class talent that we can't use. Not yet acted on in combat. Break their ranks. 5 stacking willpower bonus. I'm still not sure. Let's go Eye of Oblivion. That's pretty good. Go ahead and mark that one as well. Stacks with each hit inflict. Enemies moved by the Navigator's power suffer 4 damage. Giving them extra armor sounds pretty good, but I think we're going to go with the one I just clicked. Yeah, Eye of Oblivion. We're going to do that one. Okay, Carouse. She doesn't need any of this other shit. I guess Carouse, because it's a toughness characteristic. We'll just roll with that one. It's going to help her do something, I assume. Soldier deals 10% more damage. Exploit surroundings sounds pretty good. Each shot fired gives them +1 agility. Damn. Blaze greetings and salutations. Could also grab that bad boy. Let's go ahead and favorite that one. Go ahead and grab Fortress. Deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current of fire. Damn. Whoa, on the double. That looks pretty good. Second skin, medium armor does not reduce dodge. Revel in the Slaughter activates after 2 kills instead of 3. Ooh, Tenderize. That looks pretty good too. I just want to like do all of them. Ooh, guaranteed crit. Okay. So, let's do exploit surroundings. Oh, and then we get another one? For real? And then now we just get general talents. Okay. Ready to serve. Resolve is increased by 1 for 1 round. Okay, so characteristic ballistic skill. +5. Could do combat master. That only does melee superiority bonus. Could do grenadier as well. Yeah, I think we might do that. Do we give her swift movements? Ooh. Well, here's an interesting one. Are bolters considered solid projectile weapons? That does sound... Flame weapon attacks cost 1 less AP. That sounds pretty good, honestly. It's either that or grenadier. Let's go with this one. Yeah, let's go with the flame weapon. And the reason we're doing that is because she has a flamer, and it's awesome. Yep. We're just going to roll with that. Epicenter of Slaughter. At the start of their turn, warrior gains +1 temporary wounds for each stack. It does suck that they cannot exceed 5 wounds. That seems odd. What is that based on? Toughness. So the higher his toughness, the more temporary wounds he gets. He does get a lot of temporary wound shit. I will say that. Contempt. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior, his next melee attack does 5 additional damage. Does not stack. Became reactivated. Easy target. Increased by 8%. Not armed with a melee weapon. Ooh. Let's put both of those. We'll pop that one too. Blade Flurry. Oh boy. Blade Flurry. Each use of slash increases the damage dealt by slash by +1 until the end of combat. That sounds really awesome. When the warrior takes damage, they gain 15% dodge. Let's go with that one, actually. We'll do Blade Flurry next. You already got Field Medic. Endure. Damage deflection is increased by 1. That's great. Impetus. 9 to charge. Okay. Their next warrior archetype costs -1 AP. We're going to hit that one up. We just need all of these. 8 damage when there's no enemy. Range attacks made against affected enemies. Oh, that sounds amazing. Think about that, dude. I charge an enemy, and then I whip out the shotgun and just blow them away. And it gives me 10% damage on that. That's pretty good. Oh, now that looks serious right there. Shearing Strikes. Whenever the warrior uses slash with a melee weapon equipped, the warrior deals damage from both weapons. Ooh. Ooh. Doesn't it do like 50% damage though? I think it does. Okay. Yeah, let's get defensive maneuvers. When they take damage, 15% dodge, stacks 3 times, resets after successful dodge. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Corrals we'll probably do. Medicae. We'll do Medicae, actually. And finally, Hope. Von Valencius. Do we actually get a spell this time? We do not. Not even a little bit. When the Psyker is not in the target's line of sight, the Psyker is in cover, all resistance tests of the target suffer -8 penalty. See, this is the problem with this is it sounds good, but it's only when the Psyker themselves uses it. So it's like... Equal to 3. Is that based on fellowship? Officers resolve divided by 2. So that means... That's pretty good. First time in a round. In a round, they gain 6 temporary hit points. I think we might actually do that one. Ally, that is resolve. The effect stacks is prolonged. Resolve increased by 3. Allies' armor is increased. I really wish this one was, because Bring It Down is cool, right? Immediately grants an ally an extra turn. But it's the first time in combat, then it costs -1 AP. It's like, ugh. The officer's next attack. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're doing that one. Yep, we're doing that one. Let's grab, let's see. We'll do Blood of Martyrs. Focus. Till the end of combat. Gain 60 fire damage, half of the armor is equal to... Wow, that's actually pretty good. Backdraft, zero damage, random enemy with the 2 cells of the initial target. I'm assuming this does not mean the staff, right? Crit chance. Oh. That seems good too. I don't... Sanctified Slayer, or excuse me, Psalm of Heroes. It does increase damage. I know that. Right? Melting armor. The Psyker is burning. Psyker Psi rating increased by 1. Resolve increased by 2. All damage over time effects applied by the Psyker gain an additional 10% chance to crit. This is where I'm just like, damn. There's so many good things here. Like, that's really good. To heal themselves. Resolve, but +3 is good. This is really good. The officer's next attack. We use a lot of... you know what? Fuck, we're going to do that one. Heroism seems really, really good. Fine Fellowship. March. Officer ability moves a target. The officer gains movement points. Hmm. 12% damage if they're not acted. Okay, yeah, we're gonna... Heroism, right? Yeah, there it is. Bam. Every time anybody uses a heroic act... Wait. That's not what I wanted. It's heroism. Bam, there we go. By any character, the officer's next attack will cost 0 AP. There we go. Okay. I guess we do commerce. Seems good, right? Let's do commerce. Okay. So, now we can leave. What does this do? Cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it's evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced. Not a single key is jammed. Fresh seals with prayers of the Omnissiah adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold notch cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. Awaiting access codes. Okay, I guess Pascal will just freaking roll it over. You have bypassed the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. He leans forward and runs his finger over the keys. The cogitator screen blinks and responds with a string of unknown characters.
I appeal to the machine spirit to open Logos Abel's personal archives as well. It has accepted my request.
Let's go to the archive. See what it says. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it. Shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnissiah to Logis Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbatim. Logis Abel is seeking an audience with the Venerable Dar Impulse 6, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. The request has been sent to the governor's palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic Cenobium. A message has also been sent to the Furbundus system. There you go. Furbundus system. The names of these places. Oh my god. It's like its own like technobabble. I now think I understand what Kate Mulgrew was saying when she first got onto Star Trek. It was like learning a whole new language. And like the funny thing is I know what some of these things are, but some of them are just like, I have no idea what that word is. Could you imagine someone coming fresh to 40K and be like, what the fuck is an Omnissiah? Omnissiah? What? Huh? What is this? The fuck is a cogitator? The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize these words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the... I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furbundus system. It was me. Omnissiah, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. That was pretty cool. Sacred Computation 782-5-M. Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every augury station on Rykad Minoris and the two primary satellites of Rykad Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magos Maruf and Zephyr the Keen, after two great champions of faith whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logis is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred augure's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykard Minoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent arrived a month ago. Logis Abel's conclusion. The insurrection on the planet has been long in the making, with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykad system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. These subsequent ship movements can be attributed to the weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of their activities in Rykadphilia? Governor Mendus' attention must be drawn to... The final entry cuts off abruptly. Recent observations. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that a ship has translated into the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of a flagship of the rogue Traitor dynasty, House von Valentius. The satellite Zephyr the Keen reports that the ship that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship has sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas on the surface of Rykad Minoris. Another transmission was directed to the planetoid Rykad Philia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. Their content should not be decrypted. No shit, right? To be investigated. The entry contains planetside coordinates marked with heavy auger station jamming. Possible hidden insurgent base. Oh, is that it? Alright, we're done. Sweet. Is there more over here? Heavy chains are used to adjust the height of the platform. Okay. So... Tech Priest Quartz came. The painfully thin Tech Priest turned sharply toward you. The sudden move makes his chromed augments briefly clang. His gray eyes, set under furrowed brows, almost blended the pale skin of his face. He levies you with a heavy, dour stare.
Identification, Unit Logos. Quartz came. Crane. Official trade representative of Explorator Cognizance Fleet. The unit supervises supply routes in the Rykad system, ensures the security of combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions, and secures mutual beneficial contracts.
When the Tech Priest notices Pascal, his eyes widen. His Vox unit immediately lets out a stirring, screeching biratic. A tortuously long tirade in which the volumes rise and fall. In which the volume rises and falls seemingly at random. When it finally is over, the Omnissiah servant bows his head in deference.
Unit Quartz Crane requests permission to transfer information. The rogue trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the Rykad system.
Pascal, what was that?
A detailed complaint. I recommend you consider Unit Quartz Crane's request to transfer information.
Wait. Permission to transfer information granted. What do you wish to tell me? The Tech Priest says sharply and curtly.
Haphazard and careless decisions on the part of Rykad Minoris governor have led to unacceptable consequences. The communication with Adeptus Mechanica Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hollowed electrodynamic Cenobium without delay. Restoring communication with the Electro Priests and ensuring the Sanctum's security are top priorities.
How bad does that actually sound? I need to stop using that. You are the head of the Rogue Trader dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence. The Tech Priest pauses for a moment and pressure the subjects of the Imperium. Unit Quartz Crane requests assistance. The actions of Governor Physiel Rykad Af Kronos must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the holy monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I observe this world's authorities lack diligence in performance of their duties. This statement is true. United in their denunciations and brimming with righteous criticism, the pair in red exchange knowing nods. I will discuss this with the governor. Unit Quartz Crane is grateful. The rogue trader is highly likely to successfully influence the future actions of local authorities. Okay. You are Explorator, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archive data. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Rykad Minoris, an authorized representative of Explorator Cognizance Fleet, made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Unit Logos Quartz Crane is the fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to the darkness without them. The Omnissiah servants exchange short, biadric mantras filled with intimidating solemnity. This game, man, this game. All right, show me what you got, buddy. All right, profit factor. I think we've already talked about this. Conclude trade gen, equipment. Okay, so we're at 15. We can buy multi-keys and analysis helmet. When the wearer kills a target with an exploit using a single or dead-eye shot, the nearest enemy immediately gains one exploit. The first critical hit, armor, property, 0% dodge if the willpower Wait, what? Three times your psi rating. Shouldn't it be at least 3%? Right? 3 times your psi rating? My psi rating is 1. That's weird. 25 armor, too. So it requires 11 frag grenades, stabilizing bracers. When the wearer uses running gun, they gain 1 damage to their ranged attacks. Damn. Look at that. Rate of fire 4. Doesn't have dodge reduction of the pistol, though. Modified bolter. What does it do differently? Actually, don't know. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Ooh, plasma pistol. Plasma. Okay. So, holy gifts. Oh, look at that. So, armor, ship components. Look at all the stuff we have. Oh my god. Okay, so holy gifts. That's 500. Heretic trophies. Do we have any of that? Oh, we got 2 holy gifts here. Heretic trophies. Nice. 3 holy gifts. That's 2,500 right there. Bam. Amazing barrel. Greetings and salutations, my friend. How you doing, buddy? So, 9 to 14. 7 to 12. Bolter. Rate of fire 3, 25 recoil. Rate of fire 4. Huh. Like, buying this stuff doesn't actually do anything, does it? I could just have it, right? It doesn't seem like it actually takes anything. I have so many frag grenades. Oh my god. I really do need to have a grenadier, man. I really do. I mean, I guess we just take the bolter. I can't buy those. I don't have enough stuff. We absolutely take the medkits. 9 to 13. Plasma overcharge. That seems pretty good. First aid manual. Gas grenade. A ring weapon that fires a single sliver needle coated with a viral toxin. This attack deals 1 to 3 damage and has 30% armor pen. That's beautiful. How's the Traitor? It's pretty fucking good, man. That another 500? All right, we're at level 3. I don't want to sell everything because that just feels kind of I guess it's because it gives them a toxin that is kind of cool, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is less damage, but I'm still gonna grab it anyway. Bolt pistol is cool, but the only person who can use it is the sister. Modified lasgun, Ceramite Stormtrooper Carapace. Don't even have enough for that. Okay. I definitely have enough to get it to 45, but I'm not going to spend any more, I don't think. I do have more than enough Mechanicus creations, so maybe we'll just hold off on that. Somebody else might want them. You know what I mean? So, got a lot of cargo. Tango loots a lot of shit. Yeah, a lot of shit. All right, anyway. Let's see what else the Tech Priest has to say. Do you know anything about Tech Priest Abel Hanunum? Unit Quartz Cream has no previous communication with Unit Abel Hanunium. God damn it. These fucking names. Haniaman. There you go. The memory sector contains no other data related to this quarry. I love how he talks like a fucking computer. Like, actually talks like a computer. Various resources and data storage devices of interest have been extracted by the standing army of Reich Admiral Norris for preservation purposes. The command center centrally hosts a cogitator that was used by Unit Abel Hanneman, there we go. Appeal to the cogitator spirits for further information. And what are you guys doing in the Rycat system? Is negligible. Its research activities in the system have been concluded. A limited presence is maintained for the purpose of logistical support. Fulfillment of vows to maintain the Omnissiah's creations. Spiritual oversight. Very nice. I was going to continue to use the... the voice, but the problem with the voice is I didn't expect to like have to say like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of shit.
Know your duty.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so oh yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to talk to the freaking governor. Let's go ahead and save it. Let's actually look at our inventory first, and wow, these bolters are better. I didn't even realize. Oh, it's because of the rate of fire. That's why. Her recoil is 40. Wow, they are better. Yeah, I didn't even realize it. And this one is 7 to 12, which is not as much damage, but it has the same rate of fire. It's weird that you could just add those to cargo. I'm just going to say that right now. So we'll go ahead and give you this fat helm here. Yeah, he doesn't care about the show helmet. Not even a little bit. What does that say? What about me? What does this do? Oh, secondary colors? I see. Well, that seems ridiculous. Okay. I do love the shoulder pad, though, with the skull on it. That's so good. Okay, but this... So it's 3% dodge and 25% armor. So it will give me the same amount of dodge plus 3%. Yeah. And the higher my psi rating, the better it's going to be. That's fucking crazy. This is a ring? I still can't use medkits, though. It is kind of weird that you can just... You just can buy whatever you want from the... Oh, he can use a bolt pistol. That's cool. But I can't replace the axe with it. She can't... She can use a sword, though. That's interesting. I think I'll keep her with the shotgun. Absolutely with the flamer. Now the flamer shot spray costs 1 AP as well. Yeah. Yeah. Get in my face, motherfucker. We'll see what happens. Right? Oh, that's so good. And you... Did I give you... You have breakthrough. But I didn't give you... I gave you defensive maneuvers. Okay. All right. So what that means is that... We'll do endure there. Charge, forceful strike. You know what? Actually, we'll do that there. We don't really need the forceful strike. I find it funny that when you buy things in the game, you don't actually have to have money. You just have to have the corresponding profit factor with the corresponding reputation. And they'll just give it to you. I haven't had to use the precise las pistol in a hot minute. I've actually been thinking of giving him 2 swords. Or I could give him the power maul in this hand and go with dual pistols like this. So he's got the shotgun and the freaking las pistol. That's kind of sexy, right? And then dual wield sword and power hammer. Now here's an interesting thing. If I give him 2 swords like this, does that mean he has more parry? No. See how it says 10 to parry? 10 to parry? Okay, yeah, it doesn't work that way. Oh, the dodge reduction is on you. Yeah, okay, there you go. So yeah, it doesn't actually give him more parry chance with dual weapons. Huh. Keeping my options open is essentially what's going on with that. It's like some of these weapons look really badass. I don't want to just not have them, right? Let's give a grenade to her. Give you a grenade and a fire grenade, since you can't use medica kits. Gas cloud, I'll give you one of those too. And then you, yep, you have grenades. He can't use medica either. Lasgun, we'll go ahead and add that to the cargo. Yeah, I'm kinda meh on that. Not really sure what to do. You've got an antidote. Give you one of those as well. If you have an antidote, you do not. Removes toxin, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and give it to you. All right. I think we're pretty good here. So it's 40% armor. So right now he has an 80% chance to dodge. His agility is 50 as well. And it gives him armor deflection. So now it's a 37% chance to dodge. Why does it give him more to parry? That seems weird.